Imagine a whirlwind of fire advancing at speed, consuming everything in its path. These are not just ordinary wildfires but fire tornadoes that combine fierce winds and scorching flames. Let's discover together how this devastating phenomenon occurs and what factors lead to its emergence. Through stunning and frightening scenes, we witness how flames transform into tornadoes, threatening everything in their way. It's a phenomenon that evokes both terror and admiration. If you're passionate about uncovering the secrets of nature and its destructive power, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay updated on mysterious and unexpected phenomena that our planet creates. In January of 2003, the outskirts of Canberra, Australia sweltered under a record-breaking heatwave. Bushfires, a common occurrence in the Australian summer, raged across the landscape. But on this occasion, the fires were different, driven by an unseen force that would turn the familiar into the extraordinary. As a massive fire front pushed towards the city, fueled by tinder-dry vegetation and driven by erratic winds, a terrifying transformation began. The air above the inferno, superheated and turbulent, began to rise rapidly, creating a powerful updraft. This updraft, like a giant chimney, drew in more air from the surrounding area, causing the fire to burn with even greater intensity. As the updraft gained momentum, it interacted with the swirling winds near the ground, creating a vortex, a spinning column of air. This vortex, now fueled by the intense heat and flames of the fire, became a fire tornado, a terrifying spectacle of nature's raw power. The Canberra fire tornado, reaching an estimated height of 500 meters, tore through the landscape, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. Homes were reduced to ashes, forests were flattened, and the landscape was scarred with the indelible mark of the firestorm. The 2003 Canberra firestorm, a stark reminder of the destructive power of fire tornadoes, became a turning point in Australia's understanding and management of bushfires. It highlighted the unpredictable nature of these events and the need for greater preparedness and awareness. The images of the Canberra fire tornado, a swirling vortex of flame against a backdrop of a terrified city, serve as a stark reminder of the awesome and terrifying power of nature. The year is 1871. The American Midwest is in the grip of a severe drought, its forests and prairies baked dry by a relentless sun. On October 8th, a fire, sparked perhaps by a stray ember or a carelessly discarded match, ignites near the town of Peshtigo, Wisconsin. Fanned by strong winds and fueled by the parched landscape, the fire quickly grows, becoming an inferno that races across the countryside. As the fire rages, a terrifying phenomenon takes shape. The intense heat creates a powerful updraft, drawing in air from the surrounding area, feeding the flames and creating a swirling vortex of fire, a fire tornado. The Peshtigo Fire tornado, a monstrous column of flame, becomes a terrifying engine of destruction, consuming everything in its path. Homes, businesses, and entire farms are vaporized in an instant, leaving behind only smoldering ruins. The air fills with the roar of the firestorm, the screams of terrified animals, and the cries of those caught in its path. The Peshtigo Fire, fueled by the fire tornado, becomes one of the deadliest wildfires in American history, claiming an estimated 1,500 to 2,500 lives. The town of Peshtigo, once a thriving community, is reduced to ashes, a ghost town haunted by the memory of the inferno. The Peshtigo Fire, a stark reminder of the destructive power of nature, serves as a cautionary tale about the importance of fire safety and the unpredictable nature of wildfires. The events of that fateful October day are etched in the annals of history, a chilling testament to the devastating power of fire tornadoes. Creekfire California, 2020. The year 2020 will be remembered for many things, not least the devastating wildfires that swept across the western United States. Among them, the Creekfire in California stands out for its ferocity and the terrifying fire tornadoes it spawned. California, a state accustomed to wildfires, faced an unprecedented fire season in 2020. A combination of factors, including a prolonged drought, record-breaking temperatures, and strong winds, created a tinderbox-like environment. On September 4th, the Creekfire ignited in the Sierra National Forest, sparked by an unknown cause. Fueled by dry vegetation and driven by strong winds, the fire spread rapidly, engulfing vast swaths of forest in its path. As the fire raged, the conditions became ripe for the formation of fire tornadoes. The intense heat from the fire created powerful updrafts, drawing in air from the surrounding area and creating a swirling vortex of flame. These fire tornadoes, some reaching heights of several hundred feet, became terrifying engines of destruction, whipping through the landscape with incredible speed and ferocity. The Creekfire tornadoes, fueled by the inferno, tore through forests, incinerating everything in their path. Trees were snapped like twigs, homes were reduced to ashes, and the landscape was scarred with the indelible mark of the firestorm. The Creekfire, fueled by the fire tornadoes, became one of the largest wildfires in California history, burning over 379,000 acres and forcing the evacuation of thousands of residents. The 2020 Creekfire, a stark reminder of the destructive power of fire tornadoes, highlighted the increasing threat posed by wildfires in a warming world. The images of the Creekfire tornadoes, swirling columns of flame against a backdrop of a burning landscape, serve as a chilling reminder of the awesome and terrifying power of nature. Oregon wildfires, 2020. The year 2020 brought a perfect storm of conditions to the western United States, setting the stage for one of the most devastating wildfire seasons in history. Oregon, a state known for its lush forests and verdant landscapes, found itself on the front lines of this fiery onslaught. As summer transitioned into autumn, a series of dry lightning storms, coupled with strong east winds, ignited a tinderbox of dry vegetation across the state. The fires spread with astonishing speed, fueled by drought-stricken forests and driven by relentless winds. Amidst this inferno, a terrifying phenomenon emerged: fire tornadoes, swirling vortices of flame that danced across the burning landscape. These fire tornadoes, formed by the intense heat and turbulent winds, became engines of destruction, leaving a trail of devastation in their wake. In the Santiam Canyon, a popular recreational area east of Salem, a fire tornado tore through the landscape, leaving behind a scene of utter devastation. Homes were reduced to ashes, businesses were flattened, and the once familiar landscape was transformed into an alien world of charred trees and smoldering ruins. The Oregon fire tornadoes, fueled by the unprecedented scale and intensity of the wildfires, became symbols of the destructive power of nature unleashed. They served as a stark reminder of the vulnerability of human communities in the face of increasingly extreme weather events. The 2020 Oregon wildfires, a tragedy of epic proportions, highlighted the growing threat posed by climate change and the urgent need for action to mitigate its impacts. The images of the Oregon fire tornadoes, swirling columns of flame against a backdrop of a burning state, serve as a chilling reminder of the awesome and terrifying power of nature. Queensland bushfires, Australia, 2019. Australia, a land of extremes, is no stranger to bushfires. But in 2019, the country experienced a bushfire season unlike any other, marked by unprecedented scale, intensity, and the terrifying appearance of fire tornadoes. As the southern hemisphere summer approached, a combination of factors, including a prolonged drought, record-breaking temperatures, and strong winds, created a tinderbox-like environment across much of Australia. In Queensland, a state known for its tropical rainforests and vast outback, bushfires raged out of control, fueled by dry vegetation and driven by relentless winds. Amidst this inferno, a terrifying phenomenon emerged: fire tornadoes, swirling vortices of flame that danced across the burning landscape. These fire tornadoes, formed by the intense heat and turbulent winds, became engines of destruction, leaving a trail of devastation in their wake. In the Granite Belt region of Queensland, a fire tornado tore through vineyards and orchards, incinerating crops and leaving behind a scene of utter devastation. Homes were reduced to ashes, businesses were flattened, and the once familiar landscape was transformed into an alien world of charred trees and smoldering ruins. The Queensland fire tornadoes, fueled by the unprecedented scale and intensity of the bushfires, became symbols of the destructive power of nature unleashed. They served as a stark reminder of the vulnerability of human communities in the face of increasingly extreme weather events. The 2019 Queensland bushfires, a tragedy of epic proportions, highlighted the growing threat posed by climate change and the urgent need for action to mitigate its impacts. The images of the Queensland fire tornadoes, swirling columns of flame against a backdrop of a burning landscape, serve as a chilling reminder of the awesome and terrifying power of nature. A fiery warning. Fire tornadoes are not merely natural forces, they serve as a warning from nature about the power of elements when they come together. As climate change continues, we may witness more of these phenomena in the future. Are we prepared to face these increasing challenges? The devastation left behind by fire tornadoes is a sobering reminder of the power of nature and the importance of respecting its fury. Let us learn from these events, adapt to the changing climate, and work together to protect our planet and ourselves from the devastating consequences of these fiery forces.